Hey guys, welcome back. If you haven't noticed, I'm actually putting this at 22 minutes, which is basically the same size as an actual episode. If that makes sense.
Not really, but yeah. Okay,
Well, if I was going to be doing it by...
You know what, I really wish Strategy Guys would start giving you what type of battle style you wanted to play as. So say you just wanted a beefy tank that would, go and spam slates, right? Which is not really a very good idea, because once you use a slate, you lose those cards.
Yes, unless you plan it carefully, like later on you get these special cards that you can only use once, and if you put that at the beginning of it, then the slave becomes semi-useful. Not really, but still.
I guess you can use friend cards as all your slates.
Or special cards that only can be used once.
I don't know why you would want to do that, but...
well, it depends on what card it is, exactly.
I mean, if it's an attack card that you can only use once, yeah, go ahead and use it for your slate, but if... It really does not make any sense. The slate system it's good, but you don't get any of the cards you use in your slates back.
Oh, and you will not... You will not believe the rant I will do for Reshaded Memories. Because...
No, that's a rant, right? Episode 2 should be devoted for a rant. Is how I feel.
And we're just gonna rant because there's gonna be no story plot gonna happen.
Okay, right now it's basically card point and boosts or HP boosts right now, because I'm not even gonna. I don't think I want to use slates. Actually, no, that's another thing that I'm mad about. You can only use slates to counter slates. It does not make sense, because in the boss battles, Ansem will use all of the strongest cards. And he will use slates right off the top of the battle. And if you do not have all your strongest cards right at the top of your deck, you will lose. Or zero card, you will lose immediately. No, it's an instant game over. It's like Mega Man Battle Network tier of game over. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for HP boost.
Yeah. Cool. Matt, if he increased by 15. And yes, there is an HP max count. I think one of the cool things about just using the friends thing is like, here, you go off there while I collect the HP that just keeps running away. Come back here. You know, now that I think about it, I think the more times I rant for this game, the more it makes me realize why I enjoyed this game so much when I first played it. And I still do. I really still do.
Well, you know what? Now that brings up a question. Do you get extra damage off of counters or what?
No.
Then what the
No! And neither do your enemies either. They don't get extra damage for it.
You just get stunned.
You get stunned temporarily.
And I'm just gonna cap it off at 300 for now until we get to the next area, alright?
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure 300 is all we need to really actually get through Traverse Town.
Yeah. But later when we get stronger cards and
we'll want to start. Okay. Teaming you do not want to use
unless you really
really want to, because these are our zero cards. I guess you could end up using Feeble Dark. I mean, you could. Okay, when you have stuff like Feeble Darkness, you really only want to save that for high card counts, right? I mean, if you have something like a 9 for your card counts, you want to use Feeble Darkness and then use whatever else you have to round it off.
Yeah. But if you're going to use a 9 card from next door, be prepared, because that
you're going to be screwed over.
Yes, because
quick.
Because the door will actually ask for a 0 card, not a 0 and above.
Which is why you want to use Feeble Darkness on those doors. Otherwise, you are screwed.
Well, screwed to the next door, and even more screwed when you actually figure out, hey, I have a 0 card. Oh, it's Teaming Darkness.
Yeah.
Man, it should be no problem.
It's bad game there. It's bad game.
Unless you want to use it as, like, just want to level up constantly. Which, yeah.
In that respect, it is a good card to use to really level grind. And then Meeting Ground, I'm thinking I'm just gonna
Meeting Ground.
use it
The only
now,
reason why
or
you
what?
would use Meeting Ground, well, because it has a free. So of course, use a free. But the only reason why you'll actually use Meeting Grounds is just so that way you have more friend cards to add to your slaves. It just
That's it. That's it, pretty much.
Of it having it constantly. Basically, I can just explain all these cards without even looking at the strategy guide. That's how much I know about this game.
Yeah. Okay. Now, the question is, do we want to use Meeting Ground now? Because I mean, it doesn't really make sense to use it now. I think I'm gonna hold on to it. I mean, actually, no.
Well, it's
Meeting Grounds. I think I want to save for boss rooms. To be honest.
Well, funny you should mention, because when you use those special cards like King of Beginnings and those cards like that in order to open up a story-driven base, what I originally thought was, oh, I'm going to use this because it gives me a strength boost, and this would give me more experience. No, it just cancels it. It doesn't even matter. As long as you get the right number in, it doesn't matter.
Oh, that's interesting. That is really interesting.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go ahead and use Sleeping Darkness so we can get this out of our systems and explain this part of the game.
Yeah, so Sleeping Darkness, basically all the enemies, they're not technically asleep, they're just frozen. So you can do a preemptive strike. And by preemptive strike, I mean you put them in a daze, and to a certain extent, in certain rooms you can actually do damage. But we haven't had that card just yet. See, I guess this is one reason why I chose you and only you for this. But for Rechainer Memories, it's gonna be a completely different experience. It's basically gonna be just like with the first Kingdom Hearts LP, only with cards.
Yeah, basically. Now that's another thing that I don't really like about.
Oh, I haven't mentioned about the different elemental effects that you can do with the cards. But where basically if you use the right elemental card, like for instance use the ice thing on the fire thing, it'll do more damage. Yes. Yes. I'm remembering the last full time I played this game, where I basically took my sweet time by just leveling up to the point that I just became too overpowered no matter what card I had in my deck. Sort of. Give or take some of the card breaks that I occasionally got.
I like how he countered me right there.
Yeah. Yes, ironically, you can counter with the same number card, but you both get stunned, which makes sense. But for some reason, they can react faster.
It's not really balanced at all.
No. It's trying so hard to be.
I mean, I understand it. I understand where they're coming from, but it was a nice idea to have. Wait, no. Now,
yeah, so that's just basically the entire Travis Town world map.
Yeah, and then I'm thinking that.
Yeah.
Now
It's basically.
Now what's that going to end up being?
Well, luckily when you go to the world map thing, you can see what the next room will be depending on what cards you got. Oh, those green orbs. Oh.
What?
Oh, this is one of the main reasons why I like this better than the PS2 version. I know I don't want to talk about the PS2 version just yet, but this is something I really liked about the GBA version. The fact that you could literally go back a room and immediately go and regain your health, regain some Moogle points, which we'll get to that later when it does pop up. And basically get some free random cards if possible. In Regen Memories, they don't have that. They took that down because apparently it was too overpowered.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. When I borrowed it for like the hour that you let me borrow it, when I don't know, when you were like 10 or something.
Yeah,
I noticed that. I was like, wow, this is really broken. If this was in Legend of Zelda, do you know how many people? I'm like my mind is just full of amazing. Like, wow, really? But yeah. Okay, now we get to explain key cards, if you mind my pun.
Yeah, where basically you have to give them the specific amount of number which they're asking for, which in this case 1 and up. Later on, you'll get to certain doors where they actually to have exact amount, like is in you have to put in a certain amount of cards so that way their value totals up to like 30. I wish I was making that up, but it's actually true. And you have to match it up exactly to that point.
So you see, we got the key of beginnings.
But we can't use it just yet because you first have to get past the first section, which is to put a card that's 1 and above. Zeros apparently do not affect those type of rooms.
So, yeah.
Sort of. Yeah. Yeah. So, one of the things
actually, no. I take that back. When it's Sleeping Darkness cards, you're in the clear. Normally.
Because no enemies will come to you because all the enemies are basically handed out to you.
Now, when it's Chambing Darkness, and I guess... I'm not sure if the effects cancel each other out.
No, because
Because Chambing will aggro you the second you walk in the door.
Yeah, because the max number of enemies that can appear in a room are 8. Teeming Darkness is one of those cards that you can have the max number of enemies to appear, which is 8.
And when it is the maximum number of enemies and it's teaming, expect to just gain battle after battle after battle.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, but there is one card that has... Yeah, see, right there.
Yeah.
You can't use the 0 card. As a way to balance out his overpoweredness by putting in some faultiness.
Yeah. I guess we can just go ahead and trinkle it.
Since we're not going to go into a regular standard room.
Yeah, basically.
Besides, that room was very small and barely had anything to hit. That will be the... Yep. You can just continue on with that. So that will be...
Oh boy. Hooray for pizza. Don't pop out of nowhere like that. It's not our fault. We don't know what's going on either. Gosh, your fighting's gotten kind of rusty. You're sure you don't need us? I'm fine, honest. Thing like that and you're as good as heartless fodder. Leon, it's you. What are you doing in Castle Oblivion? Castle Oblivion? What are you talking about? This is Traverse Town. And how do you know my name? I've never seen any of you before in my life. Quit playing, Leon. We all fought Heartless together. You know that. Look, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even know your names. You don't know? Sorry. I can't believe it. How can you have forgotten about us? Hey, I feel for you. But you've got the wrong guy. Happens all the time. Don't take it so personally, Sora. You do know his name. Now, hold on. How do I know your name? Why do I know your name? You think Leon's just kidding around? If he is, it's not very funny. Sora's really hurt. Who's kidding around, Goofy? You and Donald are the ones who... Hey! I don't get it. What's happened to my memory? I don't know, Leon. Maybe Aerith was on to something after all. Do.
She says she sent some uncanny stuff. Well, we looked, and there is an uncanny as
This is as uncanny as it gets.
Maybe we should bring Sora and the others to Aerith.
Yuffie, you know my name. Yep. Looks like you know mine, too. A friend of yours? Nope. Total stranger. But I definitely know his name. Strange, yes, but convenient. We can skip the introductions. Frickin' Yuffie.
Yeah.
Oh, gee, Yuffie. I guess all our problems are solved.
Oh my gosh. Riku teaming up with Riku.
Oh god, oh god, what? My mind is just full of just I don't even know what anymore. Anyways, I'm going to run ahead and fill in Aerith. Leon, you have Sora and the others with Grand Tour. See you later.
Come on, that's just a cheesy joke that they should really put into the Kingdom Hearts games. Oh my gosh, why?
It's too cheesy, that's why. Well, let's get on with it. Follow me. Be careful, though. There's still Heartless wandering around town. I'd better teach you how to protect yourself in battle.
Yeah. See, the way that they have this all play out, they make it seem like as if you're going towards the door, and you're going to open up other doors and fire the Heartless to open other story doors. Unless you were me when I first played it, and opened every single door except the story doors.
Yeah.
So hearing that, I'm like... I'm just... Whatever.
See the numbers printed on your cards? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we haven't noticed those.
They range from 0 to 9. Higher cards means higher stars.
You don't say!
If you and your enemy both play a card at the same time, the higher card wins.
See? Game
Go
of
on,
War.
try it out.
Card
break. Card break.
I can do
Hey!
it! I missed! Yeah, you're forced to get the card breaks, or you're forced to get a card broken, or forced to card break him, or mostly get card broken yourself.
See how it works? Playing a card higher than your opponent's number and breaking through the defenses, it's called a card break. Playing a lower card results in your attack being deflected. Why does this guy have frickin' 8s and 9s and shit?
Hacks.
Hacks or...
Hacks. What? I have a 1.
Near instant regeneration! I call hacks! Playing a lower card...
That's basically what all the bosses have.
Yeah.
Like, occasionally you'll see a time where a boss actually has to wait a while, but they're still moving!
Yeah. Whoever's on the losing side of the break is left wide open to attacks. Not fun stuff, by the way.
No.
Don't let that person be you. Because you're gonna get screwed.
Yeah, imagine... Yeah. That's like a good challenge. Go for the entire game without being card broken. You will get card broken, no matter what.
Those are called counter breaks, for those of you, I don't know.
Counter breaks, but they can be counter broken.
Yeah, it's not fun either.
And,
if you play the zero card too soon...
A 0 card against a 0 card.
Oh, God! The hilarity! In other words, it's the most powerful card if it comes last, and useless if it comes first.
But when it comes last, it ends up becoming
Try to make the most
of
it. Yeah, isn't that something? Card values also affect the cost of assembling a deck. Keep that in mind.
Yes! You really do have to keep that in
mind. Now
it's
time to teach you how to stock cards.
Finally!
You don't have to use the battle cards one at a time. You can also assemble 3 cards and use them all at once. This is called stocking cards. Stocking cards and using them in 3s is much stronger than using cards individually. Go on, give it a try. Stock any 3 cards in your deck. Remember, you need 3 cards or it won't work.
Now, that's kind of a leading thing. We're saying that it makes it stronger. No. It just makes it less likely to get broken.
The sum of your 3 stocked cards becomes the value of your play. The value is usually high and hard to break, and the combo attack deals a lot of damage. Don't hold back. Show me what you can do.
If you're combining what amount of damage you're doing,
combo attacks aren't the only benefit of stocking cards.
Higher damage, but no.
Choose your cards carefully, and you can unleash special abilities called slates. Slates come in all varieties, and each has its own unique card combination.
ranging
You
from
should try
numbers
out
to different
once.
types.
You've learned and collected more. Once we should try out what. Yeah, just try them out once you've collected a lot of cards and a slate or two.
Either through leveling up or they're just handed to you.
And keep one thing in mind. Every time you use a slate, you lose the first card you picked for the slate. You can't reload it. The lost card won't return until the end of the battle.
Except if you get a certain card, then it will come back to you.
Relying on slates causes your cards to run out. That means trouble.
And we don't mean making it double.
Yeah. So you got the hang of it, Sora. Yeah, more or less. I'll play with the rest when I fight some real battles. Here, I found this lying around. You take it.
Quick catch!
Remember what I told you to make good use of it. Do-do-do-do.
Obtain Simba!
Do-do-do-do.
I'm just gonna say right now, the Simba card will... It's both useful and useless, but not in the way that you think. Or a better way to explain that is, there's only one section where it kind of required that you have a lot of Simba cards in your deck. But that won't be till later in the
Okay, so wait a
game.
second. And then, yay for Simba. This guy. I love this guy.
But we need just 3 more in order to put it in our deck. Which right now, not worth it.
Yeah, not really. Well, I guess I can take out this guy. Because really card points, 12 card points, and then...
Like I said, Simba basically that's your stunner guy.
Yeah.